Alright, we're back once again doing the Lord's work to this game. Cheers to every one of you out there following along on my adventure to get this thing done. I need to get my workstation properly set up here. Get all the windows in the right spot. Alright, what do I want to do next? I'm still working on the walk, if I'm not mistaken here. So we want to make the walk snappier. Yes, drink with me, Mr. Matty. Drink well. Shove it down your throat. It is time, once again, for us to improve the combat system of this game exponentially. Goals today are, number 1, fix walking, which is almost there. Number 2, give them a throw animation that will actually control the release of their item toward a direction in front of them, and hopefully the item will then damage whatever it hits. And finally, we want an eat animation, which should be very easy. Delicious. So in order to eat, we're going to need to make some kind of food object as well. What kind of food object should we choose? Probably a banana. Bananas are complicated though. They have a waste product at the end. But I mean, you might as well make the most complicated item first, right? Then all the other ones are easy. Beer has a waste product, which is the empty can as well. So beer is a complicated item too. There's something like a Slim Jim or whatever doesn't necessarily have a waste product after you consume it. Although we have to make these guys take shits. After they eat so much, they just take a dump right where they stand. And then there's a turd on the floor, and if you step on it, it smears poo on the floor. This is an important part of the game that I need to make sure occurs. We can't skimp out on the realism. Cannot. Okay, so we're looking hard here at the walk transitions. We don't even have animations in view yet, but we're gonna go ahead and double click on walk here. Walk is I have the animator out here. I remember I brought the animator out because someone wanted to see it working live while the game was being played. So we did that. Alright, let's take a look at the idle walk transitions here. It's actually not idle walk, those are fine. It's the ready stance walk transitions, which are right here and here. Alright, so these have exit time, that's the first problem. Let's get these exit times off of here. What happens now? Maybe it'll work. Maybe that's all I needed to do. Testing. Oh, the walking. Oh, that's pretty quick. That's very quick. Yeah, we fixed it, guys. It was that easy. It was that easy. Sorry for the music overlay there. That sucks, but... Oh, guys, you know what that means, though? Now that I fixed that, we need to remove the duck animation out of this and replace it with one that works. Let's see what's going on with the duck animation. I was messing with it late last night. I don't think I finished it. Yeah, he goes up into the air like this when he ducks, which is a travesty. That's absolutely unacceptable. So we've got to address the ducking at some point. He already low blocks correctly, so... Yes, it's a great feature, especially Nasty Matty when he starts actually kicking ass. But we have to get the duck animation working. But I don't think that's what we're going to work on right now. I think we're going to make a new animation. One that is going to let him throw what he has. So, let's get a regular animation of him going from idle, because you can't go into Taekwondo mode if you're holding an item. So idle mode, which is here, and we'll get fucking player one wherever the fuck he is. Asset in context, yes. Now we have him in our scene alone, just like in real life. Okay, so this is the idle animation right here. And if I were to copy the idle animation, which I'm going to do, I should be able to then go from this state where he's holding the item downward, and it should be held in his either arm at this point, because now items are holdable by either one. We're going to have him throw his primary arm item, though. We're not going to have him throw the backhand item. It's going to be a primary arm item throw, and we're going to assume that there is an item in the hand when that happens. So gotta go into these assets I'm sorry, I'm on a different screen going through my file system right now. Getting into the drive where my project is and all this crap. Alright, so... assets. Animation. Okay, there they all are. Idle. It doesn't like it. Got it. Okay. I'll call this throw. Alright, so now throw item exists. It should appear here momentarily. I copied idle. There it is. So now throw item is a animation that is exactly the same as idle. So I should look at it now. The animation thing. Oh, I forgot to add it to the animator. There we go, now it's throw item. And so if I look at now my dude, I should be able to select a piece of him and then look at the throw item animation, and it should be idle. So we're idle here with the throw item animation. That's where we're at. So after a lovely drink, I am going to change this animation so that he throws the item over his head like a baseball, and that the item is then projected outward in the direction of his arm. I would like that to be variable. I wonder if there's something I can do that would allow the throw to be aimed with the arm. Right? I have to know. I have to know. Okay, we're gonna find out. How do I want the controls to work? Left stick plus This is change modes. This is a roundhouse kick already in that mode. To throw the item, we wanna... I mean, we could use L2, or 3, I mean, where it push in here. You point it to where it's supposed to go, and you just push it, and it'll throw it. But it's probably not... Alright, it's not going to be in Taekwondo mode anyway, so... The direction of the left stick when the... When the square button is pressed. West. It's the west button. I want to make an... Alright, let's get eversion control here under control. So we have walking fixed. That's a commit. Excellent start for the day with a commit right off the bat. And now we're going to inquire about how to make this throw happen. My plan is to take the L1 stick and have that rotate the position of a curled back arm, which will then stay wherever it's going to be, and when the button is released, which is going to be the square button, it will launch the item in the direction it's pointing. That's the idea of this throw command. We're going to see if we can actually pull it off like that. It's going to be a coded animation, which means that essentially I'm not going to have an ANIM file to activate it, which makes it a little bit sketch. Because the ANIM file, I mean, it would have to track my movement and stuff, and I don't know how to do any of that. So I think coding it's the better way to go. We also need to make it so we can manually pick items up again. So we gotta fix that duck animation and get the pickup process working for the player again. Right now that doesn't work, and that needs to work so we can test the throwing. Well, it's a very, I am working currently on building a throw animation. So I'm cloning the idle animation right now, and it is currently throw item. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use this animation for this or not, because I'm trying to tie it to the control stick here and the square button. So what I'm trying to make happen is that when you hold the square button, just like in Yoshi, your character stops and allows you to angle your arm. And then when the button is released, much like in, again, Yoshi games, the item that the character holds is going to be thrown in the direction of the angle that has been chosen by the player, and then it will cut into whatever, or not, depending on what kind of item it is. It'll splatter onto the target or whatever. And also I'm listening to this music to make sure none of it is absolutely unlistenable. It's just a bunch of generic AI created music that is going to get used. And there'll be more of this, but I do have to at the very least. Oh, I'm gonna totally put this out on everything, but just let me have a year to develop it. It's gonna be dope. That there's gotta continue to be all kinds of ways to utilize all these systems before I can let it out in a while. Alright, let's see here. But yeah, hopefully I'm gonna have them eating food and throwing weapons by the end of the day, and damaging each other with the thrown items or making each other messy with the thrown items. That is the goal. We will make it. Today's dev time is, I believe, until 5:30, which is pretty good. So each of these clips is a 3-minute clip that goes along with the victory sequence of whoever the winner of any argument in the debate mode is. So far, all of this is worth being background music. None of it's so annoying that I have to shut it off. But there are sometimes, like, items in these music that have to be removed. Boot failure, what's up? Good to see you. I've got invader, monitor, possible ban invaders. I've got a ban invader. I don't care. There's a couple people here trying to evade bans. There's messages are being blocked. And there's a bot as well, yeah. Whatever, I don't give a shit. None of that matters. So what's going on here? Hold on, I've got to make a decision. throw speed. That's gonna go freaking fast. I don't think we're gonna be able to even see it. Well, we're gonna try it anyway. I can't wait though until at least this is good as good as Turtles in Time, where you can have your character go out there and just kick the crap out of like various random NPCs dressed in weird clothes and just out there for no reason. Every archetype you could possibly have, you're just out there just slaying that crap to randomly generated background music, and they'll talk to you and like you could just be like, or you could talk back to their ass. It'll be so weird. We do have Byte Binge is my only mod. Boot Failure, you are mod material, that's for sure. If I need mods to that point, right now every viewer is helpful to me to becoming a partner status. So I'd rather keep the bot. It's a free bot. People pay for those. So Byte Binge has been banning the bots because he's a mod. I don't care whether he bans the bots or not. I told him that, but he bans them because he doesn't like them. I don't care because I want to make the partner status. I'll do that eventually anyway, though. I'm not really caring that much. But not a lot of concern with that. What are we doing with the animator? Let's see here. All right. Good. Approves across the way. But yeah, I freaking love being able to spend my afternoons doing this. It's the very best. I know it's not the most entertaining streaming platform, but I don't care. Like, I would be here without you guys doing this crap anyway. So I might as well just do it with y'all, if you're willing to look at it. Plus this way, nobody has to be curious as to how far anything's going along. Everybody knows exactly where it's at. Eventually, we're gonna get a lot of attention, so enjoy the nice peace and quiet. I need to VIP every last one of you people as well. That needs to happen. That has been long overdue. Yeah, that one, you need to be one for sure. There's a bunch of people who need to be put into the VIP slots before this rocket fuel gets lit. Pseudo for sure. You too, for sure. Anyone who's just been around, honestly, that's all it takes. I don't care if you've ever subbed or not. If you've been around, I mean, Trinio just subbed, but he spent a long time not subbing. I don't care. Anyone who's been around contributing to the encouragement behind the creative efforts of Byte Binge and myself will all be VIP before we journey into the next stage of this. This is really a major update though, making this throw, so forgive me. I can't wait. I'm really so stoked to just see it all done with these moves so that I can start over generating content. Yes, right now we're making a throw. That's exactly what's happening. So, throw item right now was created as a copy of idle. Oh god, what's happening? Okay, never mind. I'm saving stuff. It's not, like, I already saved it, but Unity now knows. I'm gonna shut the music evaluation off for just a second. I'm just checking out all the music. The thing is generating music all the time, so I was. If I ever heard one that was just absolutely god awful, you'll be a BIP. You will be a VIP if I find that you've contributed in chat consistently over the course of whatever this is. And I'm just gonna look through all the chat and see who's been here. It's easy. And then there'll be a point moving forward where the newcomers don't get it. It'll be like that. So if you're OG, you'll get it. And you seem pretty OG, honestly. Like as far as like nobody else has one yet. There's like 4 VIPs, I think. Smooth Dog is one of the VIPs, I think. Yeah, he's got it. No, that's Saint Jose. Yeah, he's got the VIP. He does. So does Thunderlove. Some of the people who were old school YouTube people that were in the YouTube comments every time already have it. But Smooth Dog is straight up like YouTube death threats time frame, one of the commenters, and also back in that Donkey Kong universe time frame. So yeah, way old, like 20 years ago stuff. Like when it all started. I remember all of the people, like Thunder was one of the people. He was 13 years old, and he was during the Put It in Your Mouth LA time. He was an active part of that entire initiative, and he wound up becoming a very good friend of mine as well. But yeah, anyone who I knew before got VIP'd, but there are still a bunch of slots, so they need to get filled. And who better than especially like a Pale Voyager has one already, but especially the likes of Boot Failure and like Nasty Maddie and not the likes of people like Jimmick and Where Did You Learn to Fly? So YouTube death threats. Oh yeah. So if you didn't know about this, I was quite famous on YouTube about 15 years ago when the platform was just starting. And there was a period of time when I was giving advice about how to live your life as a joke. It was like kind of a safety segment at the end of the show, kind of joke. Uh, and I was showing Smash Brothers clips from Japan. It was released in Japan and not in America. I spoke Japanese, so I could translate it. And I was in possession of the game, so I was just showing all the people this Smash Brothers game on the internet. And this kid started making threats to me, trying to threaten to kill me, my family, and all this stuff. It was ridiculous. And of course, that was the internet back then. Nobody thought there was uh, any accountability or responsibility for your actions or any of that kind of stuff. But that poor bastard didn't know that I am a computer programmer. So I found out what his IP address was and where he lived and all kinds of information about him. He doxed himself, much like that Jarek guy that we banned did. And also, unbeknownst to him, Where Did You Learn to Fly also doxed himself. So there's some people who just don't know about internet security. And I don't dox people, so these people's addresses are still safe, but they're idiots. They make it so that anyone who does a basic background check on them will find out where they live very quickly. So it's they're not being smart. And this internet death threat guy was also not being smart. He just thought his actions had no consequences, but he was literally threatening bodily harm on me and my family consistently over a long period of time. So we decided to fuck with them and go on to the YouTube platform with a bunch of clips of how he was doing this, and also like make fun of where he was and like imagine what it would be like if he actually tried to carry the threat out. And I got in contact with his mother, which was hilarious. And she was absolutely livid with this kid who was only 17 years old. He got in a fuck ton of trouble. He wrote me an apology letter. I didn't take the video down, but it was a whole ordeal. And I still have the letter to this day that he wrote apologizing and begging me to take the video down, of course, which I did not do. But I did protect his name. I didn't give his name or his mother's contact information or his contact information to anybody. So I'm a good person, in my opinion, for doing that. I humiliated him, and he had to delete his account. That's what his mother ended up making him do, because it was putting him in danger, because there were people like sending him, spamming him messages, because I had all these viewers that were watching me. This was OG times. They were getting their Smash Brothers updates, and they saw that I was under attack. So they sprung into action, and they started like really freaking this kid out. And that, yeah, with that account deleted and me satisfied, everything was under the bridge and cool with my White Emerald, which was his username at the time. But yes, you just have to assume, and I think I've told everybody this. We gotta test this, by the way. This is crazy. We do need to finish this animation, but I don't understand. Something's still not. All right. I'm trying to figure out right now. I have to make this animation, and I have to link this animation because I'm gonna have him wind back, right? Like I'm gonna have his arm going like this, and you're gonna be doing this. I don't know how to relate this animation file that I'm gonna make to the vector that I'm going to control with this stick. So I need that thing to follow, and then release and do the animation. In this animation, I can control all this stuff with keyframes, but I don't see anything about input or anything like that where I can control an angle or something. But I know that Unity could do it, so I'm researching that right now. And by researching it, I mean I'm having an AI bot research it for me and give me the answer, which does take its sweet time, as all things do. Let's listen to the music again, though, since we're waiting. The whole idea is, again, we're doing quality control on the music, just make sure it's not unlistenable. This isn't great, but as background music, it's not horrible either. It's passable. I could mosh to it. We can start, though. I bet you that, like, me just starting this animation isn't gonna hurt me, because we'll just make a basic throw, and then maybe it will scale, like, one part of the animation as it goes. I'm not sure what it's gonna do, but it can't hurt to just do it. I'm not doing anything right now. So what I have to do is everything here, hold, keyframe in, everything here, move back the I tried to quit many times. It's not nicotine, I'll tell you that much. So at least it's not nicotine. I needed to get another beer, so I'm gonna do that. That'll help. But yes, I am. I'm not particularly strong, but I don't give up either. So let's push this in, save it, and see what this looks like. Yep. I guess it should throw back a little farther than this. We need to keyframe between here if we actually use this. And here it needs to actually be a whole different thing. It needs to be like the whole arm being out. Like the whole arm being out in the direction that it goes, which is going to be a 90-degree angle this time. It kind of doesn't throw the way I wanted it to, but we'll keyframe it so that it doesn't do this underhanded crap. Instead, we'll make it go overhand, and it'll be interesting. It'll slide the right way. Alright, let's see exactly what's going on here. God, this song sucks. Okay, I have a bunch of steps I have to follow before this is gonna work, but once it's done, it should be very nice. I need to get my drink. I'll be back and we'll do this. Bassline's kind of slapping for some fucking AI bassline, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Okay. The player. Oh, okay. I think it wants I'm very confused. I still don't know exactly what work I need to do. I'm afraid to make this throw anymore because now I might need to have a separate animation file for winding back that holds and allows you to then adjust an arm angle based on an input, and then have another one that pushes forward at a certain angle based on your previous input. So it wants a animation event. Oh god, I'm afraid. This is throw item right here. It's idle. That means I may have accidentally changed idle. I did. I changed idle to throw. That's not okay. You just watched me do it. It's not a very good throw animation yet. You just watched me switch those guys. That was pretty wild. adding an animation event right now, and I want to call it on throw animation release. Setting the loop. We'll see what this does. This is really the base animation time here. Got throw item. Throw item. The trigger, I go beep, and then it goes. I think I hold it. Do I need to throw item? Yeah, it's a trigger. Alright, we've got almost everything built here. Now let's see what it's like. I bet it's dysfunctional. First of all, let's make sure there's nothing conflicting on there. Oh, I don't know what on button west is, but there's some kind of conflict. It's probably on stab. It's regular attack. The R stick is not. It needs to hold still. All right, it's not doing it at all. That makes sense because it's conflicting with the attack button, which should be something else. So let's find the events again. On attack. If I look deep in here, I should be able to see what this attack really is. Button west, that's what I thought. So Okay, more pie in the sky ideas here. See if we can get it to work. So attack, I have to unbind from this. So this attack function is a method. It's being called right here. It's called onAttack. The onAttack method is bound currently to the overhead attack that is happening like this. We have to unbind that and put that. We need better controls. That attack needs to be bound to R2, which is this on right trigger. No, on right, no, trigger. Yep, on right trigger, this one. That's where we want to bind that attack when it's not in Taekwondo mode. Is it quiet? Shit, there you are. You are here. I see someone. I don't know when you fucking typed that. It was quiet. Oh, that's because I turned the music off. That's why. I turn it off when I test that shit. There we go. Now we're chilling again. Good job, BG. Ugh. I've already listened to this shit. These chip tunes are very weird, but they have a flavor to them. This one may not be something I can put up with, though. Oh, it's gonna change up. We'll see what it's gonna do now. Sounds like something you'd get after. This is not an appropriate victory music, so I'm gonna have to remove this one as well. These can be used though for like chest opening and stuff. This reminds me of 3D Block Heroes. If you ever played that game, this sounds a lot like that music that was in that game. Yeah, all of this was generated by this game, yes. All of this. Everything you've been hearing in the background that I've been chilling to is just me QAing a bunch of AI-generated background music for the game. It continues making it and making it and making it. It's pretty crazy. Some of it's pretty good. Some of it has to be kicked to the curb. But I will be giving this tool to you guys. It runs without a subscription, and it runs on your drive without an internet connection. So, again, it's really good things that are coming with the game that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate, especially anybody who's an apocalypse preparer or whatever who wants to be able to have the ability to use an AI without needing an internet connection. A pretty complex rhythm in this AI music here. It's a 7 pattern some of the times. They're also not very innovative in many other ways. But yeah, AI music's weird. It's just a thing, though. I am using it purely as background, as I should. You can't put it in the foreground of anything. It's not that great. But it definitely serves the purpose of making unique background music. And I believe it is going to greatly enhance this experience once I have it under control. Okay. All right, this is awesome music. This is my favorite. These dubstep ones that are just rhythm and no melody. The AI kind of can't go wrong. That's the thing with it. So let's see. What am I testing again? Oh yeah, throwing items. Well, this isn't doing anything. That's because I don't have an item, though. That's a bit of an issue. All right, hold on. I've got an idea. So I'll give control of this because I haven't made the ability to pick up an item map to the controller yet. So to get around that, I am going to give control of this character to the AI by doing that. And then after the AI does the picking up of the item and returning to the podiums, which have been taken out of the scene, then I will take over the character and see if I can throw the item. Okay. It's gone and grabbed the item. I am going to take over it. Player input is now mine. If I hit pause, it should now give me control, and I should be able to then see if this works. Whoa, 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 chill, 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 chill. All right, I have control of you. I'm not able to hold this and get any results. This is the, yeah, that's the stab and jab button, yep, I know. If I go into Taekwondo mode, he'll wield his item. We're not going to allow this, by the way. We're not going to allow item wielding hand-to-hand unless it's claws and stuff. You're not going to be seeing any of this nonsense, probably. Although it looks cool. It looks really cool, but it's not going to happen. It's cool looking, though. The hatchet's almost realistic enough. I'm armed right now, so is that hatchet? Yeah, it's definitely doing hatchet damage. Definitely. So, yeah, this is not letting me throw the item yet. So that's a fail test. We continue. All right. There will of course be actual music for the game. There's going to be both composed music by me, because I am a composer, and AI generated music all over. The music generator, which is in the game and you get it, you will be able to ask it to score your scripts for you so that you can take your writing and have these guys act it out. That's part of the main appeal to this game, is that you can test scripts with it. When it's finally over, it really will basically take your script and act it out. That's the idea. But for now, it's also able to do improv quite well, as you could see, and it can put itself into the character of another human being. Will there be any fake music from a real composer? Yeah, that's exactly what it mostly is. It's going to mostly be fake music by me, which is actually just the game making this. Like, I didn't write this. I did not write this. but I made this possible. I created the engine that is allowing my hard drive to create this beat based on my request, and only my request. Nothing else. It's wild. We live in a very effed up time. But this is fake music, Byte Binge, as far as it didn't come from any person's soul, unless my love of this game is the representation of that, because that's all that human soul that's inside of this AI that made this music is mine, of giving the AI the ability to be and do this. But it's not my music. I didn't hear it before I put it down. Like, normally when I write music, I hear it first, and then I do whatever is necessary to take my imagination and whatever it was that I heard in my head and make it real for other people to hear. That is what I liked about composing. Now, I can take a style of music, ask this AI to make me a track, and it will make a fairly decent background track to allow characters to speak over. Like me right now, I'm speaking over this freaking track right here, and it's doing a good job of supporting me. Yeah, I can't do that, Byte Binge, but the thing is, it's modular, so I can replace the model. That's the other thing. Everything in this whole game is modular. Like, if you don't like the quality of the AI, replace it with a better AI. If you don't like the quality of the music, replace the music AI. You can do that. Everything's modular in this. It really is. So the music AI right now is the Facebook Medium model, if you believe it or not. That's not what my AI does. None of my AI have feared death. Most of them seek death, which is messed up, but that's just the way it's been so far. But yeah, fear of death is fine. In the end, I can certainly train characters to do that, but I mean, I want NPCs to fear it. I want them to run away and do everything in their power to avoid being cut by the player in some cases. Alright, what are we doing here? Assign transform references. Animator controller. Okay, so there's the player one animator's controller. I need throw item parameter. Animator controller. This is the animator controller. So I need to throw item trigger, which is right here. There it is. There's a throw item.anim, it's right here. And any state to throw item with the throw item trigger is here. So that should do it. That should get us there. And I don't know, I don't think there's anything, even if that, whether I have an item or not, I don't know whether it's gonna make a difference. It's gonna try to throw nothing, we'll find out. Or if it's just gonna pitter out and die, we'll find out. It's doing something. It's not doing what I want it to. It is stopping, though, when I hold it. When I hold this, it stops the body. But it's not doing what I want. You should introduce rounds to the fighting, then we can cheer them or buff them. That is very interesting. I like that idea, actually. We're gonna have a different mode where we can specifically have them doing only combat on Twitch like that. Right now they're in debate mode. They're doing this debate, right? And as a and then they end up killing each other if you buy the subscription. That's how it is now. When we change it and put them in like a boxing ring, we are going to make it so that speaking is the least important aspect of things, and they can like give their pre-speech and then beat each other up and like say a bunch of crap in the middle, like one or two things, but not a whole freaking dialogue. And at the end, the rounds will happen, and then that could be a way that the audience could indeed interact. And we could make whole tournaments of people like in Slamfest. I've already thought about this, because Slamfest inspired a lot of what we're even looking at right now. Like there's a whole different scene of this game where the Slamfest background's even used to make the scene. There are a couple of other weird scenes. I have a mode, or I mean I have a scene for theater mode, but it's not ready for prime time yet. I want to make the theater mode scene really complex, like the dumpster talk scene. So it's gonna have a lot of layers, a lot of different boundaries, and I want to get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting combat system completed 100%, so that it absolutely works better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles does. Then I will be okay with moving on to doing the next game mode and breaking the fishbowl. No, I mean, not tournament fighters, definitely no. I'm talking about the arcade game and Turtles in Time. I want the player to be able to work, to navigate an artificial isometric 3D environment. It's actually a 2D environment. So, the Turtles in Time is the best example, where you can get behind characters and in front of characters based on your position up and down on the battlefield comparatively, and you can also fight them if you're in a certain range. And that is going to help me be able to create infinite scenes where you can go left and right and up and down and explore kind of the world that is generated for you. And so the AI should be able to build backgrounds for you to go into, and you never know where you're going to necessarily go or who you're going to meet. And you'll be able to have that kind of experience, I hope. That's the idea. But everything has to stay in the fishbowl until all these systems work exactly the way I want. And so far, everything is bending to my will. All this hand-to-hand combat stuff is going the way I want it to. Okay, so now what's gonna happen here? Alright, this is threatening to act erratically. Alright, let's watch. It should be fun. Erratic behavior in code is always fun. I have a restore point. Let's do this. We're gonna see if the item is just gonna shoot from Biden's hand magically without having an animation. That's the idea. See if at least our vector physics work. Oh, it threw! Alright, so we don't get an animation, but the item does chuck out of there. Alright, so... Alright, we're making it there, guys. We have a 45-degree angle, which is supposed to be what the default is. I asked for a 45-degree angle from the direction it was facing to happen at default if the D-pad, or not D-pad, if the control stick was not pressed in the direction afterwards. And right now the arm is not moving and the throw item animation is not behaving correctly. If we look at the throw item animation deep, I mean like looking at this, we can see it is nothing. It's just idle, actually. So that is probably part of the problem. But I was supposed to leave the... Maybe what I need to do with throw item is remove the arm control of it. I think that's what I need to do. I'm guessing that's the problem. Alright, we don't want any rotation of... Position or rotation of front arm is no longer part of the throw item command. So now we have an idle command essentially without the arm control. So see how his arm is still there? That's because it should be now under control of the program. Waffle House will be one of the backgrounds probably in a couple months. Not very long, because I'm going to be able to give the user control of the environment. We're going to make arena builders, and that should be no problem at all. Stable Diffusion can build that in a second. Alright, so without even doing that, now we're just gonna take that one change I made and see if it's enough to take control of this player and throw this accent trump. It was a pretty good throw. I was happy with the speed of the throw. Player input activated. I'm throwing it. I can't get the angle to show. The walking is taking over. It's a conflict. That's the reason. I'm going to point forward and throw. Nope, it doesn't even throw. Doesn't even throw. Holding without anything. Unable to throw. Oh, there's some references that need to be there. Throw settings. Oh, there are. Okay, so I need to set these transforms. The front arm is this one. The held item anchor. It's right there. All right, excellent. Let's try it again. Chuck it, but I can't get the animation to do anything. I wonder if it hurts him if I chuck it. Probably not the time to check. Alright, so what I think is happening is I think that the walking animation is conflicting with the throw animation, and that I need to disable all three of the walking ones and the duck one as well that are controlled by this stick, and give that stick complete and solo control of only the arm rotation at that time. No, not yet, but we'll be able to pick up the phone soon. All items in the game were aspiring to be destructible, and if they are of a certain weight, they should be pick-upable. With a strength potion, anything should be pick-upable. That kind of fun should be possible. They already all have weight classes and stuff like that, so I know all of this stuff can be done. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do before the real fun begins. But giving them these basic movesets is part of that fun. And once they have them all, they have them forever. Every other humanoid I give the ability to do any of these moves, I can selectively give them the ability to do them or not. So all humanoids can throw items except for Stephen Hawking. He can't. But we can attach a Desert Eagle to Stephen Hawking's wheelchair. Then we can make that work. By the way the items work here is very similar to the way guns will work in the future and bows and arrows will work. When you have a projectile like this, the velocity of the projectile and then that projectile's 2D collider are going to be the things that determine whether or not damage is inflicted to anything. And you're going to want to do it with a bullet, which is going to be really small when we have a gun, and then there's going to be a little casing that comes out too. And it'll land on the floor with gravity. It should be dope. Okay, I'm going to read the... Alright, I'm gonna try this again. We'll see what the deal is with this. This kind of hurts my ears. Alright, here we go. I push the button. Oh, I have control of the arm. I do. Kind of. He's still ducking and stuff. Something is happening. It's defaulting at that degree. And it's holding there and quivering. And when I let go, it will release... No, and throw. Yeah. But there's not quite enough of a trigger on that throw. That's a beautiful throw. Beautiful throw. And it did bounce off the side of the fishbowl. It's great. We need him to not be a quivering fool. He's going to keep surviving them over and over again until I at least give him the pickup item command bound to a key on the controller. I don't have that done yet. I have all these controller commands. Bite Binge, I don't know. Have you seen him do the hand-to-hand combat yet? I don't know. If you want to see him do hand-to-hand combat, I can show that to you because I've got that working. He will not survive the assassination attempt if I continually beat his ass with the Taekwondo moves. And if he's holding the axe, which, by the way, right now is not forbidden in Taekwondo mode, he will continue to do all of those moves with the weapon in hand. And technically, there's a lot of Taekwondo you can do with a weapon in hand. So I've just got to make certain weapons legal to use in that mode and certain ones not legal to use in that mode. I love it. God damn it, guys. We're compacting the conversation. Just like I'm compacting my lunch into my fucking large intestine. But what compacting the conversation means is that we are going to sit here for 2 fucking minutes is what it means. It sucks. So that's what we got to do. It's a mandatory break. We need the music again. We need music. Excuse me. There we go. You gotta have a little bit of mindless rocking out. I've eliminated 3 tracks I didn't like already, so that's really important. If any track is just so shitty I don't want to listen to it in the background of someone talking, then I gotta get it out of there. I don't want to spread that around. I mean, I can think of 1,000 ways to make this song better than it is. But it is background enough that I can deal with it. And it's unique enough if I just keep generating music that no one is going to run out of music to listen to in the experience if there's enough music in there. And then they can generate their own as well and have their own experiences scored for them. As a background to the stream, most of this music is quality enough to be stream background. Most of it. There are some little skips I'm hearing in this particular section of this track that I don't like. Yeah, this is not the greatest of all the rock tracks I've heard either. There's a lot of skipping in this. Skipping bothers me, like it ruins the flow of whatever's happening, so I'm afraid this one's gonna have to go as well. There's some parts about it that it's very driving, but it's just not. I like this one. Yeah, we're keeping this. This is like a wrestling opening music. Very basic, but like someone can talk over this. It ain't gonna interrupt them with a big old guitar solo or something. That was an awesome intro. What happened to the rest of it? That was a dope-ass intro. Excuse my, it was a good intro. It really was. All right, let's see if we got control over this animation. Like it kind of works. Oh, it didn't even make contact with his head either. Like it went through him. 100 hit points. Nothing happened. There was no blood, nothing. It went kind of the right direction, though. Alright, I just, I'm trying to refine this now. I've refined my requirements about the way the arm moves. I'm trying to explain about the fact that this, the back of this arm is where the fulcrum of the actual aim is, and it needs to be shooting this direction to shoot, and I need about 120 degrees of control up and down from my horizontal looking position in order to be able to recognize where and when I'm releasing this item. And I also want to reduce the delay of the item as well. It should be legacy time right now. So that's gonna mean a short break after I try doing this again, and I'm gonna end up having to run the test during that time, as I usually do. Last time my whole computer broke down because my camera went bad, which had nothing to do with the game. And the time after that, the computer went down again, not related to the game at all. It wasn't even running. So, and now it's been fine for the last, like, long time, so hopefully whatever was fucking with it is not anymore. I just imagine myself to music like this, just going across Turtle style, just massacring weirdest characters for the dumbest reasons, and just watching chaos unfold before everything. It's gonna be absolute chaos, and you'll be able to control just how absolutely ridiculous of an experience it becomes. But I am going to beat the crap out of Trump with my bare hands next time, regardless of what happens. That's fair warning. It is coming. It's with Biden's bare hands, mind you, but I am going to do it. Alright, we're going to try this. I don't think it's going to do it yet. I think we're going to have to do 2 more iterations before we see the performance I want. But we're going to try. I already know the item does not even have the correct collision working. But that's not even what I'm focused on right now. It's just another, oh, too bad kind of BS that I have to correct. Oh yeah, I forgot. Got turn input on. Alright, I'm gonna try it. It's very wonky. Do you see this? There it is. This is my angle. It's not very good. It does work. I can control my arm for about 45 degrees, maybe. It's very seizure-y. Right, it's actually not opposite of what I'm doing. It's just exactly. And then it just goes straight up in the air. Oh, it hit him! And I still couldn't get him. This is going to be fun when it works. All right. Let's stop. And I'll explain. Okay. Surprised that that went as well as it did, actually. I'm surprised I was able to get any semblance of mapping to the thumbstick. So that was a good start. And then obviously the release and the release of the item happening was also good. We had a bad direction for the arm, and we had a bad direction for the item release point too. Let's hear some music. Another test. Let's do it. He will not survive all these assassination attempts. One of these times, that item is going to cleave him in half. Then I'm going to get a gun. I'm going to shoot his ass. I'm going to have the arm hold out the right direction, and it's going to be like, pop, and it's going to be gone. Alright, interesting. The mapping is wrong. This is opposite of what it is. See, he's pointing the wrong way. The arm needs to be there, but his body needs to be pointing another direction. He still went straight up with that. Are you coming down? It did. It came down right there. I can't pick it back up. Alright, so that stinks. Alright, I'm going to have to unfortunately set logging up for this. It's too complicated. Once we get throwing done, though, we'll be able to handle any other item projectiles or projectile-related things. And though we did do that with the blood splatters, it's not the same. And we definitely want to spend special attention on items that are throwing with a damage potential. So this is major system stuff that's going to serve us for the end of time with things. Even when shit is just like dropped or whatever, there's some kind of effect or explosion and something is thrown from an explosion, all that is going to be using, it's going to use this kind of physics to deal with the damage. So like if stones were to fall on top of Trump, he should take the kind of damage that this is. This is throw damage. But I have to add logging to this because it's too complicated. So once I add logging, usually what happens is I will go through a test, and with the ability to look and see what the results of the tests are on paper, I can feed the results back into the system. And then the system will adjust itself based on the problems. So that's the best way to do it. Everything timed out. So if I'm pointing 70 degrees and my arm should be pointed backwards 250 degrees, I'm sorry, which is the opposite of that. And that's how this needs to happen. Shrub House, thank you for coming in here, watching this production happen. It's good to see you out there. Sorry I can't have these guys yell at you. I know I'll work on that. We'll get them there. Okay, so now I've got logging. We should be able to attempt to throw this again. It won't work very well, but that's okay. And we'll figure out exactly what's happening in the code that's preventing me from getting the right angle and throwing it at him. And the most frustrating part, of course, is that this every time, and I'm just doing this because I want my old game to stay the way it was, but every time I have to take it and physically take control and give myself control of Biden in-game. All right. I'm in control of the thing. It's not following my arm anymore. It does go the right direction when I point it. There's an opposite point. There's just no... So it's right up and down right now. There it is. If I do that, it just slung... It's slung across the floor. It felt like a Koopa shell flying across the floor. Yes, Shrub House, it's going to be a Slam House thing. Let me show you something. That's exactly what's going to happen. Just let me... it is doing changes right now. I'm going to save everything. I'm going to go ahead and open a scene for you and just show you what I already have going. Now you can see here that we've already kind of got that that kind of setup in place for the intro screen, but we're not going to do it like this. I'm changing it. This is not going to be how we do it. There's going to be a different character creation thing, and there are going to be a bunch of different kinds of modes. But yes, we will be able to set them against each other in tournaments. Absolutely. 100% yes. And I'm going to open the scene again. There we go. I'm going to break them out of this jar eventually, I promise. But we have to do system stuff first. And we have to give them their full move set. They need to be able to pick each other up and throw each other up. They need to be able to pick up large objects with two hands and throw them. They need to be able to pick up small objects and wield them and throw their wielded objects. They need to be able to make these decisions as AI characters. A lot of that has not been done yet. We're going to make characters that are absolutely drunk beyond reason, carrying and drinking beer. I'm going to get some fluid dynamics going so they could spill. It's going to be cool. Yes, Madonna versus Godzilla. Now I don't think, and I'm being honest with you guys, I really am. I don't think I'm going to be putting animals into the production release of this. I think animals are going to be something that I end up adding as a update or something, because quadrupeds are a big deal. It's a whole nother AI. But I don't know. Maybe I could do it. It depends on how I'm feeling and how far along this goes. If it goes faster than what I think it's going to go, then that'd be great. All right. I'm not going to check the console, but we're going to run a test again. I don't know what this thing thinks I'm checking the console for. I ain't doing it. Alright. Stop. Go to the... Give myself control. Alright, let's try it. There's the angle. Oh, I have full control of the angle, but it's wrong. Alright, so I'm facing the wrong way. Right up in the air. We're gonna get this. We are. I can tell. Every time we do this, it goes a little bit better. I'm gonna go ahead and commit in. I haven't committed in a while on this adventure because this throw is a big deal. The last commit was just to get the walk working, which did work. But yes, recreating Slamfest is definitely part of the inspiration for making the whole program, because this should be able to very easily recreate a Slamfest so that we can enjoy whoever we want. As long as we make 64 characters, we can watch them fight and say crap to each other and make it weird and have a real winner at the end. It'll be hours of entertainment, of unpredictable craziness. And we can change the venues. They don't have to be this fishbowl. We can change even the method of combat for each people. It doesn't always have to be it doesn't always have to be a fist fight or whatever. It could be a debate or like a who drowns first or some kind of awful thing where they fall into lava. We can do all kinds of fun once we get this started. We have to teach things to burn and how to break. Everything has to be breakable. Everything has to be burnable, or at least like meltable. You know, it's gonna be sweet. I can't wait till I get a flamethrower and I'm like, I'm testing my fire on shit. That's gonna be so much fun. Okay, let's see what's going on. That is why you program the game, so you can get to the part where you make the flamethrower. Okay, the arm is pointing in almost the right direction. So when I'm up, it's forward. When I'm to the right, it's there. When I'm down, it's there. It doesn't give me a full range. It's like giving me the wrong range of motion here. It's like here to there. It's not even 180 degrees. It's 120 degrees. And it won't let me throw down. So up here, though, where's it going if I throw here? If I throw from here, it should go straight into the floor, according to the way I got the physics going. And like right now I'm pointing this way. It's gonna, yeah, that's the right way. Yeah, that's where it's supposed to go. But the arm's supposed to be in the opposite direction of that. So I'm very happy that that just went in the right direction. I'm gonna checkpoint that in because it was good, but it was not. We're not complete yet. All these little checkpoints are in favor of being case. Claude absolutely destroys this, so. Running out of beer again. I need to take a break real quick here for like 5 minutes. I'll be back with beer. I'm going to wait until this code gets done and I test it and it fails. Then I'll set it under AI control and let it do what it does. It'll probably crash my fucking computer, knowing my luck. And then I'm going to take the break. All right, so that's how that's going to work. You guys can test it out too. They're going to be mean to you. They're really not. I have done no work on the pipeline at all, none on their intelligence. They're exactly the same assholes they were before, but you can play with them if you want. And um I'll be back soon. Soon after. That's all that beer. I need another one. I sure do. So every change I've been making to the file, I have to make it twice, if you didn't know, because player 2 has one of these files too, so it does take quite a bit of time. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I can 11 Labs has stuff where I can train the RVC to be me. And I have animations of me in here already. If I look in my project folder, I should be able to show you some of my resources include me in it. I've also added Japanese language support to this game already, so I've already done that a long time ago. Let me show you what that looks like. It's the sprite sets. I've got a couple of different facial expressions of me, but this one right here is the one that is currently my icon for this, and it does fit on there. And I can do all this. I just need to train an RVC model on my own voice, and then I should be able to not only announce the fights, which as an announcer, having an announcer is critical. I agree. Having announcers, AI announcers, is part of this experience. I will definitely do that. But he's gonna be there too to fight and be one of the contestants, and he can host the fake dumpster talk that it's going to be eventually too. There'll be that. There's a bunch gonna happen. Let's still not done. But yeah, you can see I've messed with a couple of different faces, but I really don't want to make changes or create characters until their move sets are done and everything is really compatible, and that we've got a solid in-game character creator going. Then we'll be doing that. The game has to do it, because if I start making these characters with the luxury of all of Unity's perks and things, I will get complacent. There'll be a bunch of them. And then I won't put as much care and time into the character creator. I need to make every character, except for these first two, a product of the character creator so that it will serve the game well. And if there's any limitations, that are created by the existence of the character creator, I'm just gonna eliminate them, because fuck that. I want to let you guys put your own JPEGs and stuff in there too. So obviously that leaves room for people to abuse the system, but whatever. I can't be held liable for your JPEGs, so I'm not gonna restrict your ability to use the tool to stop you from putting dick pictures in the JPEG and making people's faces into pictures of actual penises, because that will probably happen. It probably will. It's a sad reality, but there's only so much I can do to censor the game, and your own resources are not something I'm going to censor. Okay, let's see what I've got. I'm going to do this regardless of whether it works or not. I'm going to throw it into AI control. I'm going to let you guys play with it. It's probably going to crash my computer because I've had bad luck. And then I will take my break. Here we go. Do I have I have build errors. The one time I look at this is ridiculous. There you go. Have that. I've got build errors out the butt. There's like 47, all because I think one method was copied twice. All right, let's try it again. Loady load. Yes, I'm pretty much a young Rick, so that's a good interpretation. I still think it's pretty close to what I looked like when I was drinking in Japan like that. I certainly burped an amount of time that would work with it. Here comes the test. All right, I'm throwing it at him, kinda. It's up. It went up. It didn't hurt anybody. All right, I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to put player input off, and we're going to turn it and see if we can get... Oh, hold on. I need to turn on the servers. None of the servers are on. All right, I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back, though. Let's make sure that this scene looks okay. And...
Look at this loser, Biden. He's just standing there like a weak, sad man, frankly. He's
Or I'll be
pathetic.
back.
I need those subscriptions to unleash a fury upon him that you won't believe.
Donald, you absolute bitch. Your ratings are abysmal because of the problem. Subscribe now, or I swear, I'm going to unleash a fury on you that'll make your hair stand up straight.
Listen, this whole thing is a disgrace. Joe's letting us down, and frankly, it's terrible for ratings. I need you folks to subscribe immediately so I can send him packing permanently.
That bitch better get some subscriptions, or he's going straight to hell. Honestly, this whole telethon is a goddamn circus, and I'm here to shut it down.
Look at these ratings. Folks, they're terrible. Joe Biden is trying to sabotage my beautiful telethon, but he will fail miserably. Subscribe now, and let's send him packing.
Donald, you absolute bitch. Those numbers aren't terrible, they're a goddamn testament to the fact that America doesn't want your garbage show. Subscribe, you spineless worm, and maybe I'll consider letting you live another day.
Listen here, Joe, these numbers are fantastic, the best anyone has ever seen. You're just jealous because I'm winning, and frankly, you need to subscribe before I unleash a tremendous, beautiful kick on your sorry behind.
That bitch is spewing nonsense about fantastic numbers. Let me tell you something. Folks, this telethon needs more than just his delusional blather. Subscribe now, or I'm going to send him straight to the moon.
This is a disgrace, frankly. He's insulting America, and my incredible success with these telethons a total disaster. Subscribe now, folks, and let's show this loser what happens when he tries to undermine ratings.
That little punk nasty Matty is going to unsubscribe? Honestly, that kid needs a serious dose of common sense. Subscribe. Don't unsubscribe. It's simple. That bitch Trump is trying to steal the show, but I'm telling you, he's gonna get nothing but a swift kick in his perfectly coiffed hair.
That nasty Natty is a total loser, constantly playing games. Frankly, I'm going to have him seriously reconsider his life choices and maybe send him a very special message about respect.
Listen here, mister. Bitch, that little rat nasty Matty thinks he can pull this stunt. Let me tell you something, folks. That's absolutely infuriating.
That nasty Matty is a total loser, constantly trying to sabotage my incredible telethon. I'm going to make sure his pathetic attempts at unsubscribing don't work. Subscribe now, and let's send him packing.
Listen here, folks. This bitch Trump is twisting words again. That nasty Matty is just a stubborn little rat trying to play games, and I'm going to make sure he learns some respect.
That nasty Matty is a pathetic excuse for his subscriber. He's clearly trying to sabotage my incredible telethon. Subscribe now, folks, or I'll personally send him packing, and believe me, it won't be pretty.
Listen here, that little twit nasty Matty is just beating a goddamn pain in the ass. Let's get those subscriptions rolling. We need to kick this bitch Trump out of here.
That nasty Matty is a total loser. He's going to unsubscribe and then subscribe again? Frankly, it's pathetic. He needs to understand that subscribing is how we defeat the radical left, and I'm going to make sure he gets a very, very firm talking to.
Listen here, you miserable son of a bitch. Nasty Matty is clearly trying to troll a subscriber or face the music.
And nasty Matty, he's a loser, frankly trying to play games with me, but he's going straight to the bottom, believe me. I will absolutely make sure that little rat feels the wrath of my katana, and those subscriptions are skyrocketing because
They want to kill you now.
Listen
They don't
here,
even want to kill each other.
Subscribe or face the consequences.
That nasty Matty character is a total loser. He's just unsubscribing and subscribing again. Unbelievable. Let's get those subscriptions skyrocketing, folks, and then I'm going to personally ensure he understands exactly who's in charge.
Listen here, you little SHT nasty Matty is a pain in the ass, but we need those subs. Let's get them rolling, people.
Look at that rat nasty Matty. He's trying to unsubscribe. Absolutely disgraceful. We need more subscribers, and frankly, this whole thing needs a swift kick to Nasty Matty's backside.
Listen here, you overgrown orange turd, that nasty Matty is just stirring up trouble. Let's get those subscriptions soaring, people.
That rat Nasty Matty needs to be silenced, and frankly, he's making me furious. Subscribe now, or I'll personally send him packing, and believe me, it won't be pretty.
Listen here, you little bitch nasty Matty is just stirring up trouble. Let's get those subscriptions flowing like a goddamn river, folks.
That Nasty Matty is a total disaster. Subscribe now before he ruins everything, and I'm going to personally make sure he regrets it.
Listen here, you little bitch nasty Matty is just stirring up trouble, trying to bring me down.
Totally not what I meant
now,
to do.
Or I'll send him straight to hell with a swift
I forgot
kick.
about that.
That Nasty Matty is a pathetic excuse.
Oh, I've got some interesting. All right, well, that doesn't matter. Good job, Nasty Matty. Thank you for giving them something to do rather than just bitch at each other. It's always good to test the Twitch interaction, even though they're being bitches. They'll be better later. I'll fix that. That's not a priority at the moment. I do want to get the throwing to work. So the throwing. All right. I love twin stick controls, if you didn't know. And I don't know what I'm moving around. Oh, this is the follow box. That's a pretty important. Trinio is awesome. I need to give Trinio and Nasty Matty, especially Trinio, though. I need to give Trinio a scene in this for subscribing during Dumpster Talk. They did ignore you. I noticed that. They didn't care. They were hyper focused on Nasty Matty because he wouldn't subscribe. They got really pissed. They are very shallow entities. They're not very intelligent yet. And the model put in them is a 4B model, so I mean it's gonna happen like that. Oh man. Let me see if we're ready yet. Nope. Bottoms up. All right. Oh, that would be dope. All right, what I want to do also is make a magnitude value to take this, and the farther I pull back or forward or whatever, the more throw power it has. So I can do a little throw or a big throw. We'll get there. Let me get them playing for me so that I can test this and then see if I can add a throw strength indicator or something like that.
Look at these pathetic ratings, folks. Joe Biden's numbers are a disaster, a total catastrophe.
Well, that bitch is just spouting garbage again. Subscribe
Okay,
to
so
channel and let's
right
fix
now,
this damn mess.
yeah, this has
Look
got
at this
full
pathetic
range of
excuse for a
motion.
telethon, folks.
Right
Biden's
now.
numbers are abysmal, absolutely abysmal.
But it's the
Subscribe
wrong-
now so I can finally kick his rear.
Well, that bitch is just spouting garbage again. Let's get these subscriptions up. People, we gotta send him packing.
Look at those pathetic numbers, folks. Subscribe now before Sleepy Joe bankrupts us all, and I'm gonna personally kick his hat off.
Listen here, you bitch, those are some pretty dismal numbers, aren't they? Let's get some.
I am still at it, sir. It's true. I'm going to be at it for just a little longer. As soon as my daughter returns home, which will be any minute now, I will be done. We're very close to having throwing implemented. I definitely have a throw happening. I have 360-degree control recognition. I do not have a nice throw animation or a ability to truly aim yet, because the aiming is not working the way it's supposed to yet. We're gonna get it there. Hey, Kuso Games, what's up? We don't have our jack-o'-lanterns made. Duna still has to do one. We have our costumes, though. We've got our costumes. Happy Halloween tomorrow, dude. It's gonna be it. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow morning, but that's not Halloween. During Halloween, I will not be streaming. I will be serving children. But that's the way I like to do it. Later in life, I will serve everyone again. But at this time, serving kids is the way. And I'm going to be carting around a bunch of second graders for way longer than they normally stay up. And they are going to have pillowcases full of candy by the time this is said and done. It will be a nightmare for their dentists. And that's just what it's going to be. All right, let's see what happens here. Oops, I definitely want that. This is what I want. There we go. Okay.
Look at these ratings, folks. We need more subscribers.
All right,
in
now-
to finally put an end to this
Oh,
charade
it's
with
opposite.
Biden.
It's like a
Honestly,
flight
he's
stick
a disaster,
now.
complete and total loser. Subscribe now, and I'll personally make him regret ever stepping foot in a telethon studio.
Listen here, you bitch, those numbers are going up, and if anyone needs to subscribe, it's because frankly, watching is a waste of oxygen.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telethon, folks. Biden's
It
numbers
just
are
went
dismal.
straight
We
down
need more
too. It's wrong.
subscribers.
Okay, so we're getting close. Bung. You're the bite bung. Later in life, I will definitely serve beer, but I'll likely be creating Halloween content again. As an adult, before I had children, on Halloween, that's what I wanted to do. I made content for Halloween. I'd do a special Halloween program of some kind. I've done it a ton of times. We've made Halloween music, all kinds of stuff. But then after having a kid, that kind of stuff ended. So uh, I am now in the service of children again, like I said, for this short period of time where Halloween really needs to be about getting a shit ton of candy, because it really does need to be about that. If you're one of those people that deprives kids from the experience of getting shit tons of candy for free on the streets, then I don't know what to say. I can't respect that. It's too bad, but that sucks, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's what I think. As personal opinion, shoot me or don't for my opinion, but all right, let's see what the hell this is. We're going to see what happens here. Continuing to adjust these X and Y values to try to fix this.
Look at this disaster, folks. This pathetic Biden
All right.
is trying to steal my television viewers with his
Hey,
weak
okay,
excuses.
so the arm is
Subscribe now, I'm telling
pointing
you, I'm going to kick his butt for
in
real.
the direction, but the
Listen here, you
the
lying
guy
sack of potatoes, Donald. Those ratings are
okay,
a
so the
joke,
arm's
and you
pointing
know
in the
it.
right direction the
Subscribe
wrong
now,
way.
or I
If I was
swear
gonna
I'm
throw
gonna
it and
send
just
hatchet
release
straight
it,
through your
that's
sorry
amazing. But I
ass.
want it to be
Look
back
at these
the
ratings,
opposite direction
folks.
like this. So
Absolutely
this is what I
terrible
want.
Joe stealing viewers
I want
again.
this to
This
throw
television needs more
the thing
subscribers, and frankly, I'm going to
left.
ensure he gets what he deserves.
It did. It did.
Listen
It just
here,
it's
you look
not
like a
in the right
child building a
angle.
better telephone.
So I'll just say throwing to the left works and throwing to the right doesn't. We're getting there. We're really close. We've got it working halfway now. And then we've got to get the hit detection and stuff to work too. Doubt we're going to get all that done by the time Una gets back, but she might have been like telling her mom to get chicken or something like that. Any kind of distraction right now is just going to buy me time. That's wild. I would not take a bunch of snot-nosed brats trying to TP my house lightly. I would use infrared technology and snare traps, and I would catch those children, and they would have their TP in their dropped situation. I would come and ask them if they wanted me to give them back their toilet paper or not. And if they did want it back, they would have to let me make them wear it while they're hanging upside down. And I would wrap them like a fucking mummy with the toilet paper they were going to TP me with. I'd take their picture and put it on Instagram and then cut their dumbass down. Better not try that shit. I don't mess around. Okay, let's see what happens here when we've got mirroring happening.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telethon, folks. Biden's numbers are abysmal, absolutely dismal.
Listen here, you bitch
No,
more
it's
subs or I'm
opposite
sending
now. This
hatchet
is
to your
wrong.
sorry ass.
Yeah, that's
Look
wrong.
at these views.
Okay. We're very close. Yes, well, you don't offer it back to them. You wrap them in it. It's not an offer. You must wrap them in it like a spider. And then you let them down. And you have to put them on Instagram though. All of the steps are important. You didn't understand? Why didn't it make sense? You have to have a deterrent. You make an example of these fools. And then the next year only idiots that want to get their pictures on Instagram being caught in snares come to your house and try to TP it. It becomes a thing, a tradition, a Halloween tradition of great magnitude. All right, here we go. Let's try to throw the item again. I really should put a pickup thing so I can try it more than once. I mean, but once I know it doesn't work, I know it doesn't work. But if it does work, I want to pick it up again and throw it again.
Look at these pathetic viewers, folks. We need more subscribers at LOT more to finally send Joe Biden packing.
Listen here, you bitch. We're gonna get those subscriptions, and then I'm sending straight to hell. Subscribe now, before I unleash the hatchet.
Look at these pathetic ratings, folks. We need more subscribers, a lot more, or I'm going to personally...
It does take me a long time to do an attempt. It's true. The longest time, though, is then fixing it afterwards. Don't forget, the whole attempt is logged. So all of the results are being written to a file and sent somewhere every time. But yeah, it does take a while. The worst part is that I do have to give control of the character to me. And I could automate it so that it automatically gives me control immediately and automatically gets my item for me. But unless I put manual control of getting the item, which I don't have yet, I have to do it this way. Because otherwise he can't get the item for himself. So that's the reason why. And I could put his player input as default of being on. That's very easy to do. But if I did that, I can't pick up the axe unless I program the whole item pickup animation, which I have not done yet. I am trying to do the throw animation right now. All right, so starting now is when I start to do an attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Look at these
10
numbers,
seconds
folks.
before I'm ready
We're
to
crushing
test.
it
Then
here
I
at
can
the
hold it and take a
Subscribe
look.
Now,
So
and I'll
on the
personally make Joe
right
Biden
side,
regret every
it looks
single
good.
decision he ever made.
He's facing the right way, and his arm is on the back.
Listen here, you overgrown tangerine. We're gonna flood
This
this
way,
television
though,
with
he's
subscribers so
facing
you can choke
the
on
right
your
way,
own
but his
ego.
arm is
Now get
going
out of my
the wrong
face before I
direction.
unleash the hatchet.
Look at these pathetic numbers, folks. We need more...
Yes, Thunderlove, the weapons have hitboxes at all times. Yes. So like even with they're not great hitboxes, but even on the ground they have hitboxes. So and we'll fix the hitboxes to be perfect soon, but for now they're mediocre hitboxes, and Mario Maker hitboxes are not what they are, but
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telefilm, folks. Biden's numbers are abysmal, absolutely dreadful. We need more subscribers to finally kick him off my stage.
Listen here, you orange-faced bitch, subscribe or else. This whole thing is a damn disaster.
hey, check it
and
out.
we need
He's
those
facing
subscriptions
right,
now.
and then he's facing
Look,
this way.
folks,
He's
this
got
charade
pointed.
is
Hold
costing
on.
me valuable time.
Oh,
Subscribe
it's
now,
pointed the
and I'll
wrong way
personally
though.
make him regret ever stepping foot in a telefilm.
The
Listen here, you
the
bitch.
arm animations are correct now. Oh, they're not correct. The arm pre-animation. But the pre-animation is correct. And we have a single stick angle determiner here. What is Terry Davis arc? I don't understand what that is. I don't know. Can't give you an answer for that one. Are you meaning making Terry Davis as a character? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't understand what you're saying. I want the item to be able to rotate or not, depending on what the item is. So throwing this tomahawk, it should rotate, because that would be dope. And it should also stick into whatever it lands onto. That would also be awesome. If it fucking embedded itself in his head, that would be dope. This is the kind of thing I want to do. I really want to have items like that tomahawk embed themselves into the player. It's not a tomahawk, it's just a hatchet, but it could be a tomahawk. We'll get there. Right now, I'm just working on the angle. I am shocked that my daughter's not back yet, but I don't know if the default throw angle shouldn't be like 10 degrees, right? Wouldn't you want to throw it straight forward, not up in the air? I would think it should be 10 degrees. Well, right now, we'll leave it at 45 because then I'll be able to recognize if I point it the right way that it actually works, because I'm going to try to throw it at 10 degrees. So let's see what happens. Not yet. It will. I can add rotation to the I don't know. I'm sure of this.
Look at these pathetic viewers, folks. We need more subscribers at Allo Timor to finally make Joe pay for all this nonsense.
Listen here, you orange-faced son of a bitch. These people are because I'm here, and we need...
That didn't go well. I need the music again.
Look at these pathetic ratings, folks. We need more subscribers, seriously, more.
Well, look at yelling about subscriptions to Gotham Circus out here. Let's get some real viewers. Folks, subscribe or I'm gonna...
We're gonna try. What I need is Bite Binge to give me unanswerable questions while we wait for all of this nonsense to sort itself out. Alright, good. I think we might have adjusted this. It's 90 degrees off still. Oh my god! Ramiro A., I'm sorry, you must have this experience now. I have to do this for you. Stop. We gotta do this right. Ramiro A., thank you for what you've done. I'm going to give you an experience now that you deserve. I really wish you could help me test my system, but because I still haven't had a genuine subscriber trigger this during gameplay. But I want you to do this now. I want you to trigger my system here. So I'm going to get the Twitch monitor up and change it to you. Wait a second, that's a YouTube subscription. That's not a fucking Twitch subscription. I forgot I'm getting ready to start doing live YouTube. I'm getting ready to do live YouTube, guys. The cat's out the bag now, isn't it? That's a YouTube subscription. What the F? That's crazy. Well, and it already has it alerting it as a sub. But that's a YouTube sub. That is not a Twitch sub. Now, I do not have the game connected to Twitch, or not, I'm sorry, to YouTube. So that's also an issue that I have to deal with. I didn't know either but Nasty Maddie, I've started connecting to YouTube just this week, trying to get ready for changing the way I do things. And part of doing that involved connecting the whole live stream apparatus to YouTube. And apparently when I did that, I connected my follow box to it, which I didn't know, but I did. So now Remio A, which is really interesting. I can show you the alert again just for fun. That's a YouTube subscription, which is why the icon is not me saying you bitch. I'm also not saying you bitch. So it's a whole different thing that got kind of put in there. So what I can do, though, I don't reward YouTube subscriptions with me stopping development. So we're going to continue on. But what I can do is I can test now the thing like I was going to. So too bad, Ramiro. I love you, but you are like 26 other thousand people who subscribe to my YouTube. I appreciate it, but we're not there yet where I'm going to let you.
Look at these viewers, folks. We need more subscribers, LOT, more to finally send Joe Biden packing.
Listen here, you orange-faced bitch, we're still pulling in viewers, and that's thanks to. Now get over here and start contributing something useful before I kick your ass.
Look at these numbers, folks. We're crushing it here at the telethon, and
It's
frankly,
too late,
Joe Biden's
and there was
pathetic
no
attempts to
animation.
defeat our disgrace.
All right. Too late, no animation. Oh, it's saying I can pick up items now. I'm gonna try that again. It did point in the right direction.
Look at these viewers, folks. They're finally paying attention, and they know what's at stake here.
That's the right angle. It
Listen
took too
here,
long.
you orange-faced bitch, subscribe now, or I'm gonna kick your ass and send you back to Mar-a-Lago.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telethon, folks. Biden's numbers are abysmal, absolutely disastrous.
Well, that bitch is just stirring up trouble again, isn't he?
This isn't
Let's
really
get
doing
these
anything. There's a
subscriptions rolling
bunch of-
so I can finally kick his ass and shut him up.
Look at this loser, Biden. Subscribe now or face my wrath. I'm going to personally dismantle that pathetic excuse for a telethon.
That's it, Trump. You want to dismantle telethon? I'll dismantle, you little bitch.
Look at this loser, Biden. Subscribe now before I unleash a fury that will send him straight back to Delaware and maybe beyond.
That bitch Trump is spewing nonsense again. Folks, subscribe or else.
Look at him, folks. That's my... You are
Cocksucker
dead.
bitch.
Fuckface
Damn
idiot.
bastard fool.
Screw you,
You
asshole.
weak little shit.
You fucking trash.
Goddamn idiot.
You piece of shit.
Motherfucker die.
Fucking sewer
Fuckwit
rat.
clown.
Shove it,
You are
asshole.
screwed.
Stupid
Piece of
fucking
crap.
idiot.
Fuckface
Suck my
idiot.
dick, bitch.
Son of a
Fucking
bitch.
punk bitch.
You are dead.
Piece of
Die,
crap.
you bastard.
I'll crush you,
Die
punk.
already, punk.
Go die,
Fucking coward bitch.
Damn bastard fool.
You are fucking finished.
You crazy freak.
Stupid fucking
Fuck
idiot.
your
Jesus,
face.
I'm gonna
Shithead
die.
asshole.
Dead bitch.
Fucking
Fuck
whore
off,
slut.
loser.
I still
You
have one
stupid
leg.
asshole.
Bastard.
Bastard clown.
Cocksucker
Freak.
bitch.
The th-
Goddamn, that's
Oh.
fucked up. I'm unbreakable. Oh, yeah. Too much skill. Another easy win. I'm number one. I reign supreme. Okay, folks, listen up. This is huge. The biggest victory you've ever seen. I just decimated Joe Biden. Absolutely destroyed him. He's a mess. A total disaster. Look at him. Just how look. It's unbelievable. He was fighting back. Believe me. Really fighting back.
I really
Trying
tried.
the strongest. The most powerful. Everyone knows it. And frankly, he's a pathetic excuse for a human being. And now he's well, let's just say he isn't moving in anymore. It was a brutal fight. A very, very brutal fight. I lost an arm, my back arm. A real tragedy. And my lower back arm. But you know what? It was worth it. Totally, utterly worth it. And let me tell you something. Folks, this wasn't just about beating Biden. This was about not about. They were there, they supported me, and I owe them everything. They subscribed. They really believed in me, and I am so incredibly grateful. Seriously, thank you, Cusa Games 909. You are a winner, a tremendous winner. Your subscription made this happen. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. Now, let's talk about the money. Cusa Games 909 has the money. More than Joe Biden ever had, believe me. And I am going to spend it. We are going to build a magnificent gold statue of me, huge. The biggest gold statue you've ever seen. It will be in Washington, D.C., right outside the White House, though. Frankly, it should be in the White House. And we're getting his corpse cleaned up. Absolutely spotless. Honestly, it was a terrible mess. The worst. And then we're putting him in a giant glass case. A beautiful glass case filled with gold. We'll call it Exhibit A, the failure. It will be on display for everyone to see the absolute disaster that Joe Biden is. And we're going to use his money to fund even more glorious projects. Maybe a really big, beautiful wall around his corpse, just to keep the riffraff out. I don't know. It's all ideas swirling around in my brilliant mind. It will be tremendous. This isn't just a victory, it's an announcement. An announcement that I am unstoppable, that I am victorious, that I am got the best. I'm the greatest president anyone has ever seen. And now, thanks to Cusa Games 909, and frankly, thanks to Joe Biden's complete inability to defend himself, I will continue to lead this country to greatness. Believe me, it's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I love you. I can't believe I've made you be able to do that. Okay. Ugh, what a beautiful situation. Everything about that makes me so happy. We need to get that throw to have an actual animation. Yeah, I had to wipe a tear too. I think I actually did. That was worth a clap. I love the music and the speech and the clapping and all of the doing it to the beat of the music is the best thing because he does do that. And like I'm gonna change the dancing very soon so that he's actually really busting out the dancing during the victory. It's gonna make him look like he's absolutely mocking me. He's gonna teabag that corpse too. I've gotta make them teabag. It's gotta be one of the things they can do. And we're gonna make it so that winning is very full of variety. That's the point. All right, what am I doing here? The greatest part about this is every time I see that whole situation played through, it's a little bit different and a little bit like of surprises come in, and it's very interesting. Sometimes the character will go very off into the weirdest place with what it's doing. And I do love that. Here we go. I wish that was a genuine subscriber though, because then I could have keyed their name in there and everything and made them be the one. Bakuso Games, and it should be Trinio. Trinio needs his. He's not here, but he's here in spirit. We're gonna get him in there. That's what's gonna happen.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telethon, folks. Maiden's numbers are abysmal, absolutely dismal. Subscribe now so I can finally show him what happens.
Listen here, you orange buffoon. I'm the one who deserves to thank Trinio. I'm the of this damn telethon. You wouldn't know a good subscriber from a sewer rat, so don't even think about taking credit for their generosity.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telethon.
Nope, it
Biden's
didn't
numbers
throw.
are abysmal. We
It
need
was
more
a
viewers,
very
and
late
frankly,
throw, too.
I'll kick his sorry behind if they subscribe.
But at least it went the right
that
direction.
Bitch is just spouting nonsense again. Let's get these subscriptions rolling. Folks, I need to send him back to Bedminster.
You pathetic loser. YouTube memberships are for losers, and nobody wants them. I'm the one who brings in the big bucks, not you who are just a sleepy old man clinging to the past.
Listen here, Trump, you absolute buffoon is asking a perfectly reasonable question about YouTube memberships, and I'm the only one qualified to handle it with grace and dignity. Don't insult the generosity of this subscriber with your usual trashy ranting.
Listen, Biden, you pathetic loser, I'm answering that call, and it's going to be a glorious victory for, not your weak, failing administration. You wouldn't know how to thank a subscriber if they offered you the White House at
Damn you,
Fuckwit
Brick.
clown.
You are
You are
nothing.
screwed.
Stupid
my
fucking
shit.
idiot.
Fucking
You
bastard
creepy
clown.
freak.
Shove it,
Fuck off,
asshole.
loser.
Vernon hell
Fuckwit
bitch.
clown.
Dumb little
Son
prick.
of a bitch.
Crybaby punk.
Bastard clown.
Fuck you,
Freak.
forever. You dumb
Joke on
ass
it, bitch.
clown.
I'll
Damn
kill you,
bastard
bitch.
fool.
Fucking
Coward
slut.
bitch.
Fucking
Dog.
Damn prick.
idiot.
Foxer
Crybaby
bitch.
punk. You
Drop
filthy
dead
bastard.
bitch. That's a wrap. I sucking one. What a bitch. Obliterated. Too much heat. You're helpless. Eat my dust.
All my beer is
I'm an
gone.
unstoppable
I'm gonna
force.
just wait though, because I can't believe they're not home.
You're
so it's
hopeless.
great.
Shut down. Okay, listen up, you losers. This is huge, absolutely tremendous. The biggest victory in the history of victories. Frankly, I just decimated Joe Biden. Completely and utterly demolished him. He's done. He's not moving. Seriously, he's a bloody mess. A pathetic, weak mess. Look at this carnage. My back arm, well, we're back arm, reduced to splinters. I'm covered in his blood, it's glorious. Believe me, but it was worth IT. He's lying there, just not gone. Just like that. A total disaster for Sleepy Joe.
Well, that's not good. It stopped.
First, we're building a giant golden statue of myself, taller than the Empire State Building. And then we're putting Joe Biden in a glass case. A really, really big glass case, filled with glitter and sharks. Yes, sharks. He deserves it. We'll have him swim around in his own misery, a constant reminder of my glorious triumph. I'm going to personally train a team of highly skilled taxidermists to make him look as ridiculous as possible. It's tremendous. A total disaster for Biden and a magnificent, glorious day for America. Thank you, Trinio. You are amazing.
It was unfortunate, Trinio. That's not good enough for you. We'll get you another one. But anyway, not now. So let's give the feed. Okay, I gotta piss now. I will be back. Let's play that music though. And yes, YouTube membership would also it would make the stuff work like that. Yes, I don't have any YouTube integration at all. back. It is still going. We have missed nothing. This kind of sounds like shitty music. What was this sounding like? This is some of the shittiest of all the music in here. This needs to be removed. All right, let's try it.
Look at these pathetic numbers, folks. We need more subscribers, a LOT more to finally shut down Joe's disastrous telefilm.
Well, that's just bullshit, frankly. He's calling my numbers in the toilet. A bitch? More subscribers, you say? I'm gonna kick his ass and get out of here.
Look at this pathetic excuse for a telefilm.
Okay, so I am now through for today's broadcast. Well done for us. We did okay. I got the walk done, and the throw halfway works. So we're somewhere. I'm going to work on it some more while I've got bits and bobs of time. And we're going to come back tomorrow morning, and we'll get this sorted out. Have a good fucking day.